Hello everybody, how are you all? This is Karthik Poovanam and I'm a leadership coach and an author of more than 80 published books. Well, many of you might have asked me as to why I have titled this book, You Are Suffering Only Because You're Foolish. Now you're asking me because you might have not read the intro which is available, but nevertheless, those who have bought it and shared wonderful messages of your love and showing your signs of appreciation about what I have mentioned in this book, I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I really thank your intelligence for recognizing it. Well, one very important thing which I want to convey in this video is, we think there's a factor called inflation I have addressed in this book. At the very surface level, inflation looks like price increase. What affects the inflation is the demand and supply, the goods which are produced, the amount of money which is printed in the economy, all of those things. The international exchange, the transactions that happen between two countries. Well, this is what it logically projected. But if we look at it deeply, we will understand that the birth of inflation is simply because people are unhappy with what they have. Two, they want to have more than what their neighbors have. Please see this. I want you to understand this. You want your neighbors to have less than you. And that's when it is going to give you joy. Please see this. A lot of the people in the world are like this. They will never be happy if they have something with them which is useful, which is meaningful, which is lively. They want to own and possess something more than their neighbors. And only when they have something more than their neighbors, they are going to be happy. So your whole idea of wanting to have more than your neighbors is the root cause of your misery. Somebody has a wife, he wants his wife to be more beautiful than their neighbors. What rubbish is this? He will be unhappy if he is going to see a beautiful wife. I've seen this a lot of mother-in-laws. They are unhappy that their daughter-in-law is black in color. They feel their daughter-in-law is not looking good. A lot of people want to own a bigger car than their neighbors. Until and unless they own a bigger car than their neighbors, they're not going to be happy. A few people want to amass more wealth. They want to be extremely rich, extremely filthy rich. Now this whole idea of wanting to have more and more and more in comparison with another person is the root cause of inflation and all the problems in the world. If you eliminate this thought, and how can this thought be eliminated? Because it has been wired, it has been passed on. It has been passed down in a lineage through the DNA. This is the social thought pattern. People say there is no food. Please see, there's plenty of food available in the planet. It's that we have associated money with it. And why do we need money? Because people are insensible. Today, if you take away this discriminatory mindset, the world will be in a much fantastic way. So how do you eliminate this discriminatory mindset? Number one, you need to infuse a meditative quality in every human being in this planet. If everybody becomes utterly pleasant, you will have a world which will function in an extremely sensible way. Two, through the employment of very, very powerful machines which is capable of addressing and doing all that the human beings are capable of. And two, at understanding what are the chemicals which are required for human beings to be very joyful in a healthy way, and the medical community must make the necessary injections or make the necessary pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceutical industry must work in that direction. Genetic scientists must work in that direction, where you are going to infuse or inject certain things inside the human system which is going to give lasting health and lasting joy and pleasantness. With the birth of lasting pleasantness and lasting health is the elimination of all the misery in the planet. This is the permanent solution for eradicating all the crime from the planet. If you don't progress in this direction and you expect inflation to vanish, if you expect greed to vanish, if you are going to expect jealousiness to vanish, if you are going to expect crime to vanish, it's never going to happen. It will take a different form, it will take a different structure, but inequality is going to continue to progress, and the gap between the rich and poor is going to be very, very high. So dear ones, it's very important that the top leadership of the entire planet, if you're the president, if you're the prime minister, if you are in a position of power and responsibility, you understand that it is your responsibility to make this happen, to make the world in a more fantastic way. And if the top layers of all leadership have a single pointed view of making this world into a very beautiful place, you can experience an amazing life in this whole planet. As you will still continue to circulate those photographs of those kids who have not eaten, you will continue to progress towards a society where you will say Oxfam figure shows that the 1% of the world's rich own 99% of the world's wealth. Well, it is meaningless. If you have a place and a locality where your own neighbor owns more than you, and you are going to be in this thought that there should be an equal distribution of wealth, where the people who work hard are not allowed to keep their money, and the people who do not work, they get to enjoy, somebody is going to come and eliminate. That is why socialism has failed, and that is why capitalism is successful. Capitalism, democracy allows you to keep the money that you make. Socialism says you distribute. Communalism says distribute. Well, how can there be a distribution when there is no equality? How can there be a distribution without joy? How can there be a distribution and spreading of joy without pleasant feeling? So if you are a true communist, if you are a true socialist, it's very, very important that you create a world where people are having absolutely pleasant feelings. The birth of pleasant feelings can happen, as I told you, through infused meditative process, or when the world leaders think of investing the necessary time and energy into medical advancement, where our biology is creating the right kind of chemicals, is infused in a proper way, in a legal way, where we are feeling absolutely pleasant 24/7. And then you will see it is amazing. And then how the machines to do the rest of the things. And then we have a planet where everybody is in a holiday, everybody is enjoying wonderful time with themselves, and this world is so beautiful and so fantastic. Stay blessed, stay energized, and if you are someone who knows a world leader, by chance you're watching this, share this message with them. Have a great day, everybody. This is Karthik Poovanam. I'm a leadership coach and an author of more than 80 published books, and I'm creating a solution where you don't need to feel threatened because of anybody. Stay blessed, stay energized, and have a great day. Feel wonderful, ladies and gentlemen.